This week on Dak and Jew, we are making a special Valentine's Day dish for you to make for your lover or for yourself, and it's pink.
This is a recipe out of Cherry Bomb's cookbook, and it's by a blogger and food writer, Electra Wiedemann.
First things first, we are going to shred 2 beets. White shirts and beets just don't mix, so let me put on this light colored apron. Also, it's important to know that these are raw. We haven't done anything to them except wash them.
I'm getting tired.
Already?
Will you tap in?
Okay. It's a raining beets. Hallelujah. And the recipe says for about 4 cups of grated beets, but you know, your 2 medium to large size beets, however much that makes, is the right amount.
Simultaneously, we started our water to boil, and so it's heavily salted. We've said it a million times, we'll say it forever. It should taste like the sea, like that's salty.
Really salty. We are going to take our now grated beets and we're gonna add them into like a medium sized saucepan, just heat it up with a little bit of olive oil.
All right, back in action.
Back in action. So our beets are on the stove. We are also going to finely chop 2 cloves of garlic.
And this is not in the original recipe. Julie made this last night, tested it out, and was like, I just want a little bit of garlic.
I'm a garlic fiend, can't help it. So Dakota is adding about half a cup of boiling water from our pasta pot.
I'm mostly getting like a beet facial right now.
After you add the water, saute it again for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that just really helps kind of steam and cook the beets completely.
Okay, put our cooked beets in this food processor that'll probably never look this good again after this situation.
Stained forever. We're going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil. We're gonna add in our ricotta, and you add 2 cups, and so that's just this whole container, 16 ounces.
We're gonna start with 1.5 teaspoons of salt. It is very likely that we'll add more.
Blend this up, we're gonna add lemon juice now. So I imagine we're gonna use this whole lemon. This sauce is so beautiful and creamy, but it really needs the acidity from the lemon juice.
Our water is boiling, and I'm gonna add a whole package of bucatini. Bucatini is like a really thick spaghetti that's hollow. It has a hole in the middle. I always love to save pasta water because you can always throw it out, but if you want to thin out your sauce at all, it's really starchy and salty and hot, which makes it the perfect thing to thin out your sauce. We're gonna taste this with half a lemon and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I think more lemon. We've strained our bucatini. We're just gonna pop it back in the pot. Ooh.
Now we're just gonna mix up some of the sauce and use a little bit of the pasta water to, again, like loosen up the noodles, loosen up the sauce so everything gets really nice and evenly coated. And this is where the fun part comes in. You get to decide how much sauce you want to put in.
Wild.
Whoa.
It's getting wild. This also is gonna add a little bit more salt. We both agreed that tasting this, we don't think it's salty enough, but this is salty water, so it's gonna help. Sorry, I like it loose. Especially because as it sits, it's going to just
Thicken up.
yeah. We're just gonna chiffonade out a little basil, and so I've just placed the leaves on top of each other, rolling it up like a cigar, and then cutting it in thin, nice little strips on a bias. You don't have to do it this way, but we're here now, so why not?
You could tear it up. This is like the best recipe if you've always wanted to have pink pasta, but don't make homemade pasta.
True.
And I'm gonna do like a little pinch of lemon zest. And then we have some toasted pecans here. You can use pecans or walnuts or neither, whatever you want. But I like a nice little like kind of buttery crunch on top.
Nutty.
I'm not mad about that. Little fresh parm,
Yeah.
parmy parm.
Oh, I can't wait to eat this.
Last but not least, always flaky salt.
Yeah.
Voila.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers. Like we said earlier, it's impossibly creamy.
The basil and the lemon zest are so nice.
What's important about that is that it brings this element of fresh and bright flavor to kind of almost like a creamy sweetness because of the beets ricotta sauciness. Yum.
Nice.
The cute pasta dish.